All right, well, today's Clues by Sam is listed as medium. Let's see how we do finding all the criminals and innocents. Hope is one of Carl's 3 criminal neighbors. Okay, so Hope is a criminal, and Carl has 3 criminal neighbors, so we know 2 more of these 3 are criminals, but all right, both criminals above Zara are connected. Both criminals, there's 2 criminals above Zara, and we know Carl has 3 criminal neighbors. Gabe, David, and Isaac, 2 of them have to be criminals. So David and Isaac, at least one of them has to be a criminal. It could be both, but at least one has to be a criminal. Because if they're both innocents, Carl would only have 2 criminals. One of those is a criminal, and we know there's 2 criminals above Zara, and they're connected. So Isaac has to be one of them, and then David or Nick will be the other one. So these are one of each. And so are David and Gabe, actually. They're also one of each, but all right. And we know that Tom is innocent because there's 2 criminals above Zara, and they're up here. So Tom is not a criminal. Okay. Only an odd number of innocents on the edges neighbor me. Okay, an odd number of innocents on the edges. Well, David and Nick are one of each. Carl's the only other one on the edge. If Carl were innocent, there would be 2, which is even. Carl must be a criminal. Okay, let's look down here. Only one of the 2 innocents in a corner is in column A. So there's 2 innocents on corners, and only one of them is in column A. So these 2 are one of each. Okay, there are more criminals than innocents in column D. We already know there's 2 criminals and 2 innocents, and there has to be more criminals than innocents, which means Zara is a criminal. So Zara is one of the 2. So we have 2 innocents in the corners, which means we also have 2 criminals in the corners. Zara is one of the criminals in the corners. Austin and Vera are one of each, meaning David is an innocent. Now, we knew that Gabe and David were one of each, so Gabe is a criminal, and David and Nick were one of each, so Nick is also a criminal. Okay. Very nice. So we can get rid of which ones? This one. We can get rid of this one. And I think Carl now has 3 criminal neighbors. Yep, so we can get rid of that one. Carl and Zia have an equal number of innocent neighbors. Well, Zia, we don't really know yet. Carl has 2 innocent neighbors. So Zia has 2 innocent neighbors. So these, let's see. Let's go yellow. These 3, there's 1 innocent among them. Okay. Row 4 is the only row with exactly 2 innocents. Oh, row 4. Row 4 is up here. Exactly 2 innocents. So, but we don't know. We know one of these 3 has to be innocent, but Pam and Susan could both be criminals, and Olaf could be the other innocent. Okay. Bonnie and I have only 1 innocent neighbor in common. Well, Bonnie and Gabe, their neighbors in common are Austin, Flora, Carl, and Hope. 1 innocent neighbor in common. So, Austin and Flora are one of each. We know Austin and Vera are one of each as well. So Flora and Vera are the same. Don't know if that helps you. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Lisa. Neighboring Lisa. There's way too many options still left. Carl and Zia have an equal number. Oh, row 4 is the only row. Okay, now I focused on what does that mean for row 4, but that also tells us about the other rows. It's the only row with exactly 2 innocents. So the other rows can't have exactly 2 innocents. Austin must be innocent because otherwise there would be exactly 2 innocents in that row. And since we know that these are one of each and these are one of each, we get a couple criminals. Olaf is not innocent. Olaf is a criminal. Okay, well, that's pretty straightforward. We can get rid of that clue now. We know Pam and Susan are one of each, and we knew these 3 had 1 innocent, so Wanda actually has to be a criminal. I didn't steal pumpkins. I smashed them like that band. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, yeah. Pumpkins? Nah, I only steal candy from children, of course, obviously. There are more criminals in column A than column D. Well, we have 3 already, and there's 3 in column D, so Kevin has to be a criminal to have more. I wish I'd stolen them. I mean, I make a mean pumpkin soup. Why is your pumpkin soup mean? It should be nice. Still looking for the missing pumpkins? I hope you find them. Bonnie and I have only one innocent neighbor in common. Bonnie. Yep, we've got that one. Carl and Zia have an equal number of innocent neighbors. Carl has 2. Zia needs to have 2, which Zia will have 2 now. It's an odd number of innocents neighboring Lisa. Okay, so Martin, Susan, and Pam. Well, we know Pam and Susan are one of each, so Martin has to be a criminal, so there's not 2 innocents. There are no innocents in between Bonnie and Pam, so Lisa is a criminal. Exactly 1 mech has a criminal directly above them. Well, I think that is going to be Zia has a criminal above. So this is Suzanne's a criminal. I've been told I don't need pumpkins to scare people. Wonder why. Okay, and then Pam is innocent because those were 1 of each. And then there are 15 criminals in total. Well, we could count the criminals, but since there's a lot of criminals, we could also know that this is a 4x5 grid, which is 20. And we have 5 innocents, so that's 15 criminals. So Zia also needs to be in it. Oh, wait. 15 criminals in total. Did I do the math wrong? 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Zia has to be a criminal. I did do the math wrong. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Stumbled right at the finish line. Got too cocky at the end. Stumbled right at the finish line. Maybe you'll find the pumpkins tomorrow. Good luck. Ha ha he he. Okay. Well, shouldn't have made that silly mistake at the end. I should have just counted them, but I tried to do it the other way and just didn't think about it properly. But anyways, not too much trouble today. So let me know how your solve went and if your name was in the grid and whether you were a criminal or an innocent today. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.